People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
This is a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation. Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports. Presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And sponsored by Ayers Furniture, Bitech Resource Management, Claire Bank, Fuller's Milker Center, Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Platteville, Les Mack, Northland Buildings, Reeves Wealth Management, Raleigh Cheese House, Russell Law Offices, The Shoebox, Tricor Insurance, West End Salvage, Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Sloan Implements, Sups, Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Gary's Pest Control, TriStar Pallets and TriStar Mulch, Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware Do It Best, Bouse Electric, Cuba City Collision and Repair, Laley Center Monroe, H&N Plumbing, Heating and Electrical, Community First Bank, Grant Regional Health Center, Sullivan Auctioneers, Big Iron Realty, Lancaster Dental Associates, Millie's Diner, Pink's Automotive, Good Knees Garage, Point and Flush Sportsman's Club, Rosemeyer Management Group, Breckler Insurance, McNett Electric, Mound City Bank, Ready Feed and Grain LLC, Southwest Health, and WCC Brands.
Good evening and welcome to River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. We are ready to tip off the boys basketball season in the state of Wisconsin, and our feature matchup tonight on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel features teams with new directions heading into the 2025-2026 season as the River Ridge Timberwolves square off against the Fennimore Golden Eagles. This is our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school boys basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. With the best seat in the house, the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis welcoming you to our Raleigh Cheese pregame show. And as we said, these two teams coming in with different looks heading into the 2025-2026 campaign. Starting off with the River Ridge Timberwolves, they were in a three-way tie for the Six Rivers West Conference Championship one season ago. And they graduated 5 of their 6 top scorers from a year ago, but returning is Brandon Davis, a first-team All-Six Rivers West Conference player, averaging 15.4 points per game and had 30 three-pointers on the season. Just got the medical clearance this morning to return to action as he had a broken collarbone that ended his high school football season at the end of the 2025 football season just a few weeks ago. And River Ridge under the direction of new head coach Dan Morris making his head coaching varsity debut. He was previously the JV head coach for the River Ridge Timberwolves. And the Wolves trying to get on the right track with the home opener as they take on the Fennimore Golden Eagles, who also have a new head coach, but a familiar face on the sidelines is Kevin Everson, taking a one-year hiatus from coaching. Was a 9-year head coach for the Fennimore Golden Eagles girls basketball team, but now taking over the varsity boys duties here this season. And returning for Fennimore is Jude Kinney, a Swell honorable mention, averaging 10 points per game a year ago. They are without Brody Roth, who suffered a torn ACL during the high school football season. But Fennimore does have a significantly larger number of players going out for boys basketball this year, and there are some injuries that Coach Everson will talk about in a little bit on our pregame show, on our Russell Office's injury report coming up in just a little bit. Also on our Queen Bee Radio family of stations tonight, we have 2 other games also in boys basketball. Barneveld is at Lancaster. That's on 97.7 Country WGLR. And our girls basketball game on Super Hits 106 with Mineral Point at Dodgeville. And you can watch both those games on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, as well as this one here this evening. Coming up in our Raleigh Cheese pregame show, we'll talk with both head coaches. Had a chance to catch up with Dan Morris of River Ridge and Kevin Everson of Fennimore. We asked them about the players on the Russell office's injury report. If you've been injured, contact Russell offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLawWI.com. Let's get you the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups, the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game, and the tip-off between River Ridge and Fennimore in non-conference boys basketball to open up the 2025-2026 season. Our Raleigh Cheese pregame show is presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County.
Don't forget the cheese.
Back after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 1.
From small-town businesses to large multi-state operations, Tricor Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance have industry expertise that can cover all types of businesses.
Having an insurance agency that understands our business is a real benefit. They know our people. It's something Tricor does really well.
Tricor's in-depth knowledge of insurance, regulation, compliance, and safety consulting is here to help your business succeed. Working with leading insurance companies like Auto Owners Insurance. They'll be there when you need them most. Visit TricorInsurance.com to learn more about Tricor Insurance Cycle of Care.
Hi, this is Christine Raleigh of Raleigh Cheese, wishing all area athletes successful seasons. Cheese is a great source of protein for school lunches or a snack before the big game. Stop in and try some of our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. We have fresh cheese curds weekly and a wide variety of snacks and beverages, plus made-to-order cheese trays. Shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Raleigh Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23, Shellsburg.
Brighten your holiday season with Grant Regional Health Center Auxiliaries Festival of Trees, Friday, December 5th and Saturday, December 6th, in conjunction with Lancaster Chambers Frosty Night of Cheer. See a wonderful array of decorated trees sponsored by local businesses and community groups, purchase homemade cookies, and stop by the Kids Corner where little ones can pick a gift to wrap to give to a loved one. All happening at the Congregational Church on the Square in Lancaster. Visit grantregional.com to learn more about Festival of Trees December 5th and 6th. See you there.
Some things are meant to come in a box, like chocolates, phones, or jewelry, but some things aren't, like a mattress. Hi, this is Doug Dolter with Dubuque Mattress, and there are two major reasons why your next mattress should not come from a box. First, when foam is compressed for too long, it will lose its ability to return to its full thickness. And second, a good quality mattress, one worth the money you paid for it, is too heavy to ship by parcel service. With mattresses, lighter isn't better, period. Dubuque Mattress, for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
Pregame 1.
Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Fennimore and River Ridge squaring off in non-conference boys basketball to open up the 2025-2026 boys basketball season. We're joined by new Fennimore head coach Kevin Everson. Coach, thanks for joining us. And no stranger to being on the sidelines for a Fennimore basketball program. Spent 9 years as the girls basketball coach, took a year off, and now you're leading the boys basketball program, taking over a team that went 12-14 last year and 7-8 in the SWAL. Talk about the makeup of the team that you have this year, the players that are coming back, and some goals for the team early on in the season.
Yeah. Obviously, it's good to be back. A lot of fun being on the sidelines, obviously. For the most part this year, we do return a nice chunk. We've got a good sophomore class. We are dealing with a bunch of injuries right now that are still kind of peeling in from football and some injuries through the first week here. So we're going to be without four of our guys tonight, one of them being obviously season ending. Going through the season here, obviously the main goal is just to get better weekly, game by game, and obviously play extremely hard. What we did in the summertime necessarily probably isn't exactly what we'll be doing tonight. A lot of guys in different spots, a lot of guys that maybe didn't get the summer minutes they wanted are now in a completely different role. So we've did a ton of juggling this first week. We've had guys practicing all over the place. But again, we've got a good core group. We're excited to see what tonight brings.
I've been looking at the lineup. It looks like numbers are up then over the past couple of years for Fennimore, so you have more pieces to work with heading into the season. Talk about the composition of the team early on. You mentioned, the injury bug and people having to shuffle things around. What's the makeup of the team looking up in the early part of the season?
Yeah, so in the summertime we played extremely fast, running a bunch of different presses, and now obviously losing 4 key guys here for, over the course of the next month here. change in style of play. We're still going to kind of stick to what we do because obviously I still know I'm going to get 3 of them back hopefully here at some point. So again, we're still trying to play fast and play a little different style basketball, but it's definitely not like we anticipated and played this entire summer.
All right, Kevin Everson with us in the Raleigh Chiefs pregame show. Fennimore boys basketball head coach getting ready for the matchup against River Ridge here tonight in non-conference boys basketball action. The Russell office's injury report, you mentioned the number of injuries that you have entering the season, much of them carrying over from football. What's the health status of the players heading into tonight's matchup?
Yeah, so Brody Roth obviously tore his ACL, so he is done for the year, which is obviously a huge blow. And then I'm down 2 other, obviously we played a certain way in the summer, so 2 starters that ate a bunch of minutes in the summer, and then my first or second guy off the bench obviously won't be suited up tonight either. So, like I said, we're banged up, but again, I don't think River Ridge has any sympathy in that category, right?
Right, absolutely. And then looking at the matchup against River Ridge, it's kind of an annual tradition that River Ridge and Fennimore square off on the opening night of boys basketball season. So there's some familiarity on that front. But new coaching style for you, new coaching style for them. Talk about what you know about River Ridge and what's going to be the key tonight for Fennimore.
Yeah, obviously, the Davis boy starts everything for them. Obviously, a very nice basketball player. And then after that, it's a lot of unknowns, kind of, similar to us. Obviously, we've got a few returning. But, I think for the most part with him being the JV coach last year, I think you're going to see some of this, I could be wrong, obviously, but I think you're going to see a lot of the similar style of play. Obviously, for the last few years, they ran the 5-out offense and did a nice job with it. And obviously defensively, they've always been known here, ever since early 2000s. They've been known for good hard-nosed man-to-man, obviously mixing in some zone here or there, but pretty traditional, man.
All right, should be a great matchup. We're looking forward to it. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Have some fun. Good luck tonight. Good luck during the season.
Thank you.
And that's Kevin Everson, head coach of the Fennimore Golden Eagles. We'll have more on the Raleigh Chiefs pregame show after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 2.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Fuller's Milker Center and GIA have the management tools you need to keep your dairy's profitability at your fingertips 24 hours a day. From many choices of reliable electronic ID to effective time-saving sort gates to the state-of-the-art Dairy Plan C21, monitor and control your parlor systems as you manage your whole herd. Contact Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your GIA dealer in Lancaster and Richland Center for details on the latest ID systems and sort gates that can help your dairy's efficiency, putting you and your cows in the fast lane.
Hello, Ben here from Darlington Family Dental. Your smile is as important to us as it is to you. Give us a call and schedule a consultation to figure out if clear aligners might be right for you. The consultation is free. Zero interest financing is available. This solution for your smile might be more cost effective than you think. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
Every business needs strong managers, whether it's a family farm, a local bank, a school district, or a Fortune 500 company. A business management degree from Southwest Tech prepares you to lead in almost any industry. Visit swtc.edu to apply. Start in January, study online, and graduate ready to make an impact in your career and your community. Southwest Tech, education as unique as you.
Pregame 2.
Raleigh Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. River Ridge facing off against Fennimore in non-conference boys basketball to open up the 2025-2026 season. And we're joined by new River Ridge head coach Dan Morris. Coach, thanks for joining us. And the first question I got to ask is, how weird is it for you to be on the opposite side of these interviews? Longtime broadcaster, and you've called a few games yourself, but find yourself in the head coaching position nowadays. What's this feeling like?
Oh gosh, yeah, this is something that I probably never expected to be on the other side of the microphone, at least as far as a coach interview. I'd certainly coached youth sports for a long time, but certainly wasn't expecting high school basketball coach to be anywhere in the future at any point. But yeah, I did radio play-by-play for high school sports for about a decade a while back, and so called many a basketball game, done plenty of these interviews like you're doing right now. So, I enjoy being on this side, honestly. I get to talk about the team that we have and be the one who's part of making the news, then reporting it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's talk about that team. You inherit a team that finished in a three-way tie for the conference title a year ago, tied with Potosi and Highland. But the Six Rivers Conference looks a little bit different now that Potosi and Cassville are co-oping, and the team for River Ridge looks a little bit different now with 5 of the top 6 scorers being gone, and Brandon Davis just coming back from that collarbone injury that he suffered from football. Talk about the makeup of this River Ridge team in the early part of the season and some expectations that you have for the Wolves.
Yeah. First of all, it starts with Brandon Davis. Phenomenal player. He's been playing varsity basketball since he was a freshman. All-conference guy the last couple of years too. Going to be that guy again. And we're super happy that he's cleared and back to play. He had that collarbone injury in the football season that ended his high school football career. But man, we're excited, and I know he's excited that he's back for at least game 1 of the high school basketball season. So it starts with Brandon. Obviously, he's the straw that stirs the drink for us. Facilitates, he can score, gets it done on defense, just does all the things. So great player to have, and definitely a leader in many ways, and especially by example. He just does so many things well that the guys around him want to aspire to be at that level. So it starts with Brandon. Obviously, he's the guy that has the most varsity experience coming back. And yeah, like you said, 5 of the other 6 top rotation guys from last year graduated. We graduated 45 points per game on offense. So, and that was a record-setting high-scoring team for this school last year. So we're going to lose a lot of that scoring production. We lost a little bit of height, a little bit of size, certainly a lot of leadership. There were some leaders in that group too that we're going to be sorely missing this year. But the guys that are coming up, we're really successful on JV, so they know how to win, and really good basketball players. I think that's the nice thing coming up is we have a pretty good basketball IQ. They understand the game. They're fast. They're aggressive and can shoot. Do a lot of great things on the basketball court. So I think the biggest thing early in the season is really just all of us gelling together. Everyone's familiar with each other. It's a small school. Everybody knows everybody, so it's not like we're getting to know each other. But really, Brandon has played most of his high school career with guys that have been older than him. The guys that just graduated, he played a good solid couple of years of varsity basketball with. Now he's gelling with guys that are, his class that, played a little bit last year and the guys that are underneath of him. So, it might take a little while to gel that together the first couple of weeks of the season. But like I said, it's a smart group. It's a competitive group, and I don't have a whole lot of doubts that they're going to figure it out eventually. If not tonight, we'll see.
Yeah. Dan Morris with us on Raleigh Cheese pregame show. River Ridge head coach getting ready for the matchup against Fennimore in non-conference boys basketball tonight. The Russell office's injury report. We mentioned Brandon Davis coming back from that collarbone injury from football. What's the health status of everyone else heading into the matchup tonight?
Yeah, by and large, pretty good. It was an interesting period between the football season and the basketball season where you had some guys dinged up, and you weren't sure just what the status of everyone was going to be. We started practice last week relatively healthy, other than Brandon was still a limited participant. He wasn't a full go yet as far as being cleared for full contact like he is now. But, we got a few, got a twisted ankle and, some sore muscles and things like that might be slowing a couple of guys down just a little bit. But, by and large, I don't think it's going to be anything long-term, and I don't think something that's going to terribly affect us tonight.
All right, awesome. And then the matchup tonight against Fennimore, our keys to the game. Obviously, they have a new head coach as well, so a bit of a different system, and really some unexpected things could potentially happen here tonight. But for River Ridge, what's going to be the key tonight for the Wolves in game number 1?
Yeah, well, like you said, we're both kind of in the same boat in that, Fennimore, they have a new head coach, so you can't necessarily scout what they've done in years past. It's the first game. You don't have any other games for to look at to do any real scouting. But we're familiar with their players well. Obviously these kids grew up playing against them. We've seen them in baseball and football and basketball and things over the years. So we know what they have for players and athletes. And the same for us. They I'm sure don't know entirely what to expect from us when it comes to just what we plan on doing and some of the things like that. But by and large, we're familiar with each other as athletes. And for us, really, it's going to be gelling. We're going to have to get it done defensively. We don't have a whole lot of size, so maybe some matchup issues size-wise with a couple of their guys. But I think we're fast enough. I think we have a really good group of defenders that are going to be able to do that well. And then the other thing is shot selection. If we get it done on the defensive end and we take the good shots that we want to take, I think we're going to be all right.
All right, awesome. Well, you nailed the pregame interview before game number one, so you're all set to rock. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Have some fun. Good luck tonight, and good luck during the season.
Hey, appreciate it. Thanks for all the coverage.
Yep, you got it. This is Dan Morris, head coach of the River Ridge Timberwolves. We'll have more on the Raleigh Chiefs pregame show after this on X1071 Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 3.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
Are you feeling icky? Or feeling yucky? Or just feeling off kilter?
Let Crescent Quick Care help you fix that feeling. Crescent Quick Care combines high-quality clinical expertise with convenience to help you with serious but not life-threatening conditions. Crescent Quick Care is available Monday through Fridays with no appointment needed. Learn more by visiting crescentchc.org and hit the Our Services tab. Crescent Quick Care, a part of Crescent Community Health Center in Dubuque.
Pregame 3.
Back at River Ridge High School in Patch Grove, the Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. River Ridge and Fennimore set to square off and open things up in the 2025 high school boys basketball season. Tyler Ducanis with you with the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Ayers Furniture in downtown Ridgeway for free delivery on heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home. For what's sure to be the best seat in your house, be sure to visit Ayers Furniture and AyersFurniture.com. Let's set up the Fuller Smoker Center starting lineups for the Fennimore Golden Eagles. Again, last year 12-14 overall, 7-7 in the Southwest Wisconsin Activities League under new head coach Kevin Everson and assisted by Jordan Ryder, Jake Lund, and Kobe Zwiefelhofer. The starting lineup for Fennimore goes like this: a 6'1 senior, number 0, Corey Drazen. A 6' junior, number 1, Drew Torgerson. A 6'4 senior, number 3, Jude Kinney. A 6'1 sophomore, number 11, Cash Roth. And rounding out the starting lineup, a 6'1 junior, number 12, Jake Kreichman. And for the River Ridge Timberwolves, again, coached by Dan Morris and assisted by Gavin Steiber and Nate Copsey, the starting lineup for the Wolves goes like this: a 5'11 senior, number 0, Brandon Davis. 5'11 senior, number 2, Brock Bungie. 5'11 senior, number 3, Reese Drew. A 5'11 junior, number 11, Noah Copsey. And a 5'7 sophomore, number 13, Lane Copsey. Those are the starting lineups brought to you by Fuller's Milker Center. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. Coming up next, we'll bring you the national anthem, the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game, and the tip between River Ridge and Fennimore in non-conference boys basketball. This has been the Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. Tip-off coming up next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 1.
Steve Schmidt's Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton has unique team treasures. They have over 25,000 signed sports cards, plus autographed photos, bobbleheads, caps, signed baseballs, and more. That's Steve Schmidt's Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton.
Watch live and archived H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical and Lely Center Monroe high school sports video coverage all season on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Get the latest schedule at AM1590WPBL.com.
It's the perfect time to dive into a year of fun at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium. It's time for the annual membership sale. Members enjoy unlimited visits and special discounts at the stores and grill, exclusive event invitations, and more. Each membership supports the River Museum's mission to inspire stewardship and make history and rivers come alive. But hurry, this limited time sale's only valid from now until December 31st. Join today at rivermuseum.org and use promo code JOLLY13.
In Game 1.
To honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to stand to remove your hats and place your hand over your heart for the playing of the national anthem by the River Ridge Pep Band under the direction of Mr. Kieler Kenyon.
Tonight's national anthem by the River Ridge Marching Band. Our Grant Regional Health Center People's State Bank coverage of high school boys basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071, WPBL FM Platteville, and our video stream live on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, and Lely Center Monroe. Basketball tonight brought to you by Mountain City Bank. Their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at MountainCityBank.com. And by McNutt Electric in Belmont, they can assist with all of your electrical needs, whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip and his crew at McNutt Electric are on call and ready to help you. McNutt Electric in Belmont. By Woodlaw Office, serving you in Fennimore and Boscobel for all of your legal matters. Woodlaw Office, Fennimore, and Boscobel. Larson Family Funeral Home in Fennimore and the Solomon Larson Funeral Home of Montfort. Southwest Health with over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists. You can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. And by Lely Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Lely Center Monroe. Tyler DeTanis with you at the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Our Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game presented by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. River Ridge in the home white jerseys with River Ridge written across the chest in purple with purple numbers, and a small River Ridge paw print logo on the back center of the jersey. Fennimore in their traveling maroon Nike jerseys. Fennimore written across the chest in cursive print in white with gold numbers outlined in white and some gold stripes going up and down each side of the uniform. Those are the colors of the game, brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. In the center circle for River Ridge, it's number 0, Brandon Davis. And for Fennimore, it's number 3, Jude Kinney. Whistle blows, ball's tipped. Fennimore controls the tip, working from left to right as we see it from the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth and as you see it on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Loose ball, but recovered by Fennimore. Ball in the right corner and dribbled out to the high right side by Cash Roth. Ball given to Drew Torgerson. Now works its way over to the left side. Corey Drazen with the right-handed dribble. And ball lost and stolen away by River Ridge. Coming back the other way is Noah Copsey trying to lay it in. Shot's no good, but Brandon Davis there with the putback. Steal and score for River Ridge, 2-0, 17:26 remaining in the first half. Just underway from River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. Glad you're with us on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Corey Jason with the dribble. Ball swung over to the right corner as Jude Kinney dribbles out of the corner, now in the paint. Spins its way in the lane, and the floater toilet bowls down for two. Jude Kinney gets Fennimore on the board. We're tied at 2 apiece, just under a minute gone by in the first half here in Patch Grove. Brock Bungie hands it off to Noah Copsey. Ball skipped in by Brandon Davis, finds Reese Drew. Turnaround jumper. Can't get the lucky bounce, and the rebound collected by Fennimore. Eagles back down the floor as Cash Roth with the dribble. Now hands off. Kinney loading up for 3 off the side of the iron. No good. Brandon Davis pulls down the board for River Ridge. Brandon Davis in the lane. Kicks it out. Catch and shoot 3 for Reese Drew straight ahead. That shot's off target. And the rebound pulled away by Cash Roth. Roth brings it back down the floor for Fennimore. Still tied at 2. 16:25 remaining in the first half. On the corner to Cash Roth. Roth lobs it into Kinney. Kinney with an open shot. Off the glass and in for 2. Jude Kinney with 4 points for Fennimore. 4-2. Golden Eagles on top of the River Ridge Timberwolves. Early going. Wayne Copsey with the ball on the high right side for River Ridge. Skips it over to the top to Brock Bungie. Swung over to Davis on the high left side. Tries a pass inside, then poked away and stolen away by Kinney. And Kinney back the other way. Has the ball knocked out of his hand. Last touch by Davis. Got all balled, no foul called, and it will be Fennimore basketball, the inbound baseline right side of the basket. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. 4-2, Fennimore on top of River Ridge. Ball in the left corner for the Golden Eagles. Dribbles into the paint, now back out. Now Kinney with it on the high right side. Off to Drazen in the corner, dribbles to the top. Now swung over to the left side to Torgerson. Torgerson being harassed by Noah Copsey. Lobs it in down low, and the ball stolen away by Lane Copsey, and a held ball called. And it will be River Ridge basketball in the alternate possession. 15:27 remaining in half number 1. Fennimore 4, River Ridge 2. Mount City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at MountCityBank.com. Wolves in possession of the basketball, trailing 4-2, 15-12 remaining in the first half. Lane Copsey with it, open 3 on the left wing, knocks it down. Lane Copsey starts the three-point party for River Ridge. 5-4, River Ridge on top, and quickly back the other way. Charging towards the basket was Cash Roth, but the ball goes out of bounds, and it will be River Ridge basketball as the Golden Eagles turn it over. Fennimore with 2 turnovers, River Ridge with 1. And Noah Copsey set to throw in the inbound pass. Wayne Copsey will walk it across the timeline for River Ridge, leading 5-4. Under 15 minutes left in the first half. Brock Bungie with the ball over his head finds an open teammate. That's Jackson White, a 6'2 junior. Now down low to Davis. Davis trying to push it back out, and it will be recovered by Bungie in the backcourt. Over and back called. River Ridge with their second turnover of the game. Basketball tonight brought to you by Community First Bank. For you in the communities where you live, work, and play, experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. Inbounding on the far side of the floor is number 3, Jude Kinney. Throws it into the backcourt to Cash Roth. Roth met by Brandon Davis at center court. Tosses over to the high left side to Torgerson. Torgerson with the ball over his head. Swung over to the top to Kreichman. Now back out to the top. Kinney, open 3. Left side of the point. Knocks it down. Jude Kinney doing all the work for Fennimore. 7 points for him. 7-5. Fennimore on top of River Ridge. Closing in on 14 minutes left in the first half. Jackson White in the right corner exchanges passes with Brandon Davis. Now decides to go baseline. Picks up his dribble, looking for someone to pass to. And finds Lane Copsey. Copsey takes a dribble, now skips it back to his brother Noah. Cross-court pass back to the near side to Brandon Davis. And a official stoppage. As there's a conversation going on. Official talking with Brock Bungie and I believe that's number 12, Jake Kreichman. Something must have been said between the two that the officials didn't like, so an official talking with Coach Dan Morris. And a substitution now coming in for Fennimore, as Cooper Imhoff, number 4, checks into the game for Fennimore, a 6-foot junior. And now the official telling Imhoff he's got to take off his necklace before they can get the play resumed here. Gives us a chance to tell you our game is brought to you by McNutt Electric in Belmont. They can assist with all of your electrical needs, whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip and his crew at McNutt Electric are on call. I'm ready to help you. McNutt Electric in Belmont. 13:55 left in the first half. Fennimore 7, River Ridge 5. Opening night of boys basketball in the state of Wisconsin on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our great regional health center and People's State Bank coverage of high school boys basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Inbound pass from Brandon Davis gets into Lane Copsey in the corner, dribbles out between the rings. Switches to the left hand, stops his dribble, skips it over to Jackson White on the far side of the floor. Copsey finds Brandon Davis, now back to the near side to Copsey. Copsey gets a screen from Bungie, dribbles to the left elbow, now back out to Jackson White. White driving in the lane, whistle blows, and a hand check foul, I believe, called against Fennimore. First foul of the season will go against Jude Kinney. Personal foul number 1, team foul number 1, no non-shooting foul, so it'll be Brandon Davis inbounding baseline left side for River Ridge. He'll lob it into Jackson White at the left elbow, finds Noah Copsey on the right elbow, and another whistle. As back-to-back fouls against Fennimore. And it's going to be a hold against Cooper Imhoff, his first personal, team foul number 2. Cameron Reynolds checking into the game for River Ridge. That'll send Lane Copsey to the bench, and Brandon Davis set to throw it in baseline left side of the basket again. Gets into Noah Copsey in the left corner, finds Cam Reynolds at the top. Reynolds gives right back to Noah Copsey. Takes a couple dribbles, being harassed in that left corner. Cross-court pass. Going to go to the River Ridge student section. River Ridge turns it over. Their third of the game. And Fennimore takes possession with 13:20 left in the first half. 7-5. Fennimore on top of River Ridge. Community First Bank. For you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. Cooper Imhoff with the basketball on the high left side for Fennimore. Skips it out between the rings to Jude Kinney. Kinney gets a screen, decides not to take it, but will hand off to Jake Kreichman. Kreichman in the lane, tries to put up a shot. Basket goes in, but he's going to be called for a travel, and Fennimore turns it over. Basket won't count. Score stays at 7-5. Fennimore on top. River Ridge takes possession. Woodlaw Office serving you in Fennimore and Boscobel for all your legal matters. Woodlaw Office, Fennimore, and Boscobel. And the Larson Family Funeral Home, Fennimore, and the Soman Larson Funeral Home of Montfort. And a whistle blows as Brandon Davis got a pass from Jackson White. And a third team foul called against Fennimore. No fouls called against River Ridge yet. The foul goes against Corey Drazen. That's his first personal. Out of the game is number 12, Jake Kreichman. And in the game is number 10, Rowan Kinney. Now pass gets into Brandon Davis just under the basket. Dribbles to the left side of the paint. Underhand toss to Noah Copsey, loading up for 3. Contact on the shot. Shot bounces off the back iron, but 3 free throws coming up for Noah Copsey. Noah Copsey, a junior, averaged 4 points per game last year and shot 61% from the free throw line. We'll have the first free throw attempts of the 2025-26 season here. And the first free throws out the back iron, no good. Copsey loading up for the second free throw attempt. Off the front of the rim, no good. 0 for 2. Has one more on the three-point shot. Century 21 affiliated in Boscobel. See Bobby Joe, Hans, Allison, or Richard for all your real estate needs. Century 21 in Boscobel. Copsey loading up for the third free throw attempt. Misses all 3, and Fennimore comes away with the rebound. Empty possession for River Ridge. Score remains 7-5 with just over 12.5 minutes left in the first half. Kinney finds Imhoff in the right corner, gets a screen from Kinney, now works his way out to the top to Cash Roth. Swung over to the left corner. Corey Drazen dribbles out of it. Cross-court pass back to the near side. Now lobbed into Kinney. Kinney spins in the lane. Back out to the top. Rowan Kinney in the lane. And now back out to the left corner, three-pointer coming up. That one spit back out, offensive rebound, and the putback no good either. Imhoff with another offensive board for Fennimore. Skip pass down low, ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Jackson White. Fennimore keeps possession of the ball. 12:08 remaining in the first half. Still 7-5. We've been stuck on the score for quite a bit. Bungie out of the game, as is number 11, Noah Copsey. Jude Kinney gets the inbound pass into the corner to Corey Drazen, and a whistle away from the basketball. And River Ridge called for their first team foul. It'll be against Jackson White. Non-shooting foul, Fennimore inbounding baseline right side. Ball in the right corner for the Fennimore Golden Eagles, leading 7-5 under 12 minutes left in the first half. Nice duck under move. Basket won't count. Foul on the floor before the shot. I believe this is against Lane Copsey. Personal foul number 1, team foul number 2 of the half for River Ridge. 2 team fouls for them, 4 on Fennimore. Fennimore still leading 7-5, 11:50 left in the first half. Ron Kinney at the top, driving in the lane, lost the handle, and a whistle held ball called, and the alternate possession gives it back to Fennimore. Checking out of the game for Fennimore is Cash Roth. Set to check back in just a moment is Jake Kreichman. Ball in left corner for Fennimore, and a travel called against Drew Torgerson, trying to cut towards the basket but dragged his pivot foot. And River Ridge will take the basketball. Still 7-5. Fennimore on top of River Ridge. 11:38 left in half number 1. Anytime Roofing, visit AnytimeRoofingWI.com to see how Anytime Roofing can help you with your next roofing or siding project. Brandon Davis hands out to Cam Reynolds, and another hold against Fennimore. Or no, against River Ridge. As the Wolves have now turned it over for the 4th time on the foul. And it's the 2nd on Jackson White. Jackson White still in the game for River Ridge. Lane Copsey on the floor for River Ridge. Brandon Davis as well. As is Cam Reynolds and number 3, Reese Drew. On the floor for the Golden Eagles is number 1, Drew Torgerson, trying to navigate the full court press. Able to find Jude Kinney on the near side. Now Imhoff, right side of the paint. Back out to Kinney in the corner. And a travel called against Kinney. They say he picked up his pivot foot before he dribbled. Fennimore fans not pleased with that call, but it's 11:16 remaining in the first half. 7-5. Fennimore leading River Ridge. Basketball Time brought to you by the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville, offering a history of caring and understanding that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and tradition. Matt and Laura Melby at the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville. Noah Copsey brings it across center court for River Ridge. Hands off to Brother Lane on the left wing. Back out to the top. Reese Drew thinks about a 3, but going to lob it down low instead, looking for Brock Bungie, but the ball deflected out of bounds. And it was last touched by Bungie, so Fennimore will take possession off the 5th River Ridge turnover of the game. Still stuck on 7-5 with 11:01 remaining in the first half. West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Cranston, the West End Salvage team for recycling, as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. Jude Kinney trying to get it across center court, being harassed by Brock Bungie as he brings it across the timeline. Now lob pass inside, off the window and in for 2 for Cash Roth. The 6'1 sophomore with his first points of the season, depositing 2 on that bank shot, 9-5. Fennimore on top of River Ridge. Reese Drew with it on the high left side for the Wolves. Lobs it inside to Noah Copsey. Lost the handle on the pass, poked out of bounds. Last touch by Fennimore. River Ridge keeps possession with 10.5 minutes left in half number 1. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. Jude Kinney taking a well-deserved seat. He's got 7 points for Fennimore. Now Blake Reynolds in the game for River Ridge. Throws in the inbound pass baseline left side. Finds Noah Copsey. Noah Copsey directing traffic between the rings. Hands off to Lane Copsey on the high right side. Copsey looking for Blake Reynolds. Ball poked away, but recovered at the top of the arc. Inlet pass down low to Brock Bungie. Backing down on his defender. Banks it in. Nice 2-point deposit for Brock Bungie. Mark Bungie last year averaged 4 points per game. He's got 2 here, and it's back to a 2-point ball game, 9-7. Fennimore on top of River Ridge, and a jumper on the right side of the paint is knocked down by Jack Scheckler. Jack Scheckler with a 2-point bucket. Back to a 4-point lead for the Golden Eagles, 11-7, 9:45 left in half number 1. Mike Reynolds at the top, hands off to Lane Copsey on the high right side. A yo-yo dribble back between the rings. Stops his dribble, looking for a teammate, finds Blake Reynolds on the near side. Reynolds lost the handle momentarily, now finds Reese Drew in the corner. Cross-court pass, Lane Copsey loading up for 3, back iron no, and Drazen pulls down the board for Fennimore. 9:20 remaining in the first half, 11-7, Fennimore on top. Drew Torgerson in the left corner. Gives right back to Cash Roth, and Roth loading up for 3. That one spit back out, and the rebound pulled down by Lane Copsey. So he brings it across center court for River Ridge, finds Brock Bungie cutting towards the bucket. His shot overshoots the rim, and Scheckler there with the rebound for Fennimore. Corey Drazen on the high left side. Cross-court pass back to the near side. Lob pass down low, but a foul away from the basketball. And it's an offensive foul, I believe. But either way, it's a turnover, and River Ridge will take possession. Couple substitutions for both teams. 8:49 remaining in the first half. 11-7, Fennimore on top of River Ridge. Reese Drew brings it across center court, hands off to Brandon Davis on the right side. Pulls up for a jumper at the right elbow, spit back out, but a foul. And 2 free throws coming up for Brandon Davis. Brandon Davis with 2 points on the game so far. Averaged 15.5 points a year ago. Was the first team All-Six Rivers West selection. Foul goes against Corey Drazen, his second personal team foul number 5 for Fennimore. And the first free throw knocked down for Davis on this trip. Davis last year averaged 62% from the free throw line. Game brought to you by Claire Bank with very convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, when they say we can do that, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. Second free throw knocked down for Brandon Davis, brings his point total to 4, and it's back to a 2-point ball game, 11-9. Fennimore on top of River Ridge, and a skip pass down low, kicked and stolen away by River Ridge. As Copsey loads up for 3, but he dragged his pivot foot. That's a travel, and River Ridge tried to go for a steal and score, but they turn it over themselves. And now Fennimore takes possession with 8:22 left in half number 1, still 11-9. Golden Eagles leading the Wolves. Herbst's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, and Herbst's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Herbst's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herbst's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. And the ball lost by Jude Kinney along the near sideline right in front of the scores table, and Fennimore with a couple of uncharacteristic turnovers in the first half here, and a timeout taken by River Ridge. It's a full timeout. We'll take one too. 8:16 remaining in the first half. Fennimore 11, River Ridge 9. Back after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 2.
I'm here with Kyle Wiskus from Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. Kyle, it seems like hybrids are dominating the roads, but there aren't many charging locations in Dubuque.
Agreed. Luckily, Toyota hybrids don't require plug-in charging. The Toyota hybrid system is built to charge while the vehicle is being driven, so there's no need for plug-in charging.
What about the battery life? Should people be worried about its longevity?
Not at all. Toyota has sold over 5 million hybrids in the last 25 years. Plus, their battery warranty covers you for 10 years or 150,000 miles.
How does regular maintenance on a hybrid compare to a gas model?
Toyota hybrid vehicles require the same maintenance as gas-powered models and oftentimes even less. For example, the hybrid model's regenerative braking charges the battery even while slowing down the vehicle, increasing the life of the vehicle's brake pads.
Wow, it seems like there are a lot of benefits in choosing a hybrid Toyota. Visit Anderson Weber in Dubuque to learn more and take a test drive today.
In game 2.
Fennimore 11, River Ridge 9, 8:16 left in the first half from River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school boys basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channels. Cooper Imhoff steals the ball from Brandon Davis. Layup is no good. Second chance, no good either. Ball recovered on the high left side by Cash Roth. And he'll hand off to Jude Kinney in the left corner. Ball works its way to Corey Drazen on the right wing, hands off to Scheckler. Scheckler with a dribble into the paint and a tie with the basketball with Noah Copsey. Held ball called, and it'll be River Ridge basketball in the alternate possession. 7:50 remaining in the first half, still 11-9. Fennimore on top of River Ridge. Russell Offices, your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington. And a whistle at the free throw line as over and back called against Brandon Davis. And River Ridge turning the ball over for the 7th time. Both teams with 7 turnovers in the first half by my count. 7:37 remaining until halftime. Still 11-9. Started off with an offensive fury to begin the game, but things have kind of settled down as both teams having a hard time maintaining possession of the basketball. Jake Krachman at the top of the arc. Hands off to Corey Drazen on the high left side. Pull-up jumper at the left elbow. That one knocked down by Cash Roth. Cash Roth now with 4 points. Back to a 4-point lead for Fennimore. 13-9. 7:15 remaining in the first half. And the pass by Davis stolen away by Fennimore. And back the other way is Drazen. Layup no good. Jude Kinney there to clean it up and put it off the glass and in for 2. Jude Kinney now with 9 points. 6-point lead for Fennimore with 7 minutes left until the halftime break. Driving in the lane is Reese Drew. And another steal for Fennimore as ball was deflected at center court but recovered by the Golden Eagles. Now a 3-pointer coming up in the right corner. That one spit back out off the front of the rim. And the rebound pulled down by Brock Bungie. Is off to Davis. Pushes ahead to Lane Copsey in the left corner. Back to Davis on the left wing. Davis goes back to Copsey in the left corner. Swung over to Reese Drew. Now to Noah Copsey on the right side. Copsey gives back to Davis. Davis trying to skip it in and losing the handle is Brock Bungie. It goes out of bounds. River Ridge touches it last. And the Wolves have turned it over for the 10th time. Still 15-9. Fennimore on top of River Ridge with 6:21 remaining in half number 1. Bryan's Auto Body and Paint Specialist suppose that Bryan's gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Bryan's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. And by Breckler Insurance Group for all of your insurance needs. See Steve Landowski at Breckler Insurance in Fennimore. Breckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. Also by WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler and at WCC-brands.com. Call Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at ColeAcresGolfandGrill.com. And Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, and AppliedMicro.biz. Fennimore in possession of the basketball after the River Ridge turnover. 15-9. Golden Eagles on top of the River Ridge Timberwolves. Inlet pass to Jude Kinney trying to bank it in. That one off target, and the rebound pulled down by Brandon Davis, and a whistle on the rebound as someone pushed. And who's the push on? It'll be team foul number 6 of the half against Fennimore. And it's the 3rd personal on Corey Drazen. So Corey Drazen in foul trouble for Fennimore. He'll take a seat. Cooper Imhoff back in the game for the Golden Eagles. 15-9. Fennimore on top of River Ridge. Low-scoring affair early on. Noah Copsey gives to Lane Copsey between the rings. Hands off to the high right side to Brock Bungie. Bungie to Davis in the lane. Puts up a shot. Shot's no good, and they're going to say a foul on the floor, and it should be a 1-and-1 for Brandon Davis. He's 2 for 2 at the free throw line tonight. As Fennimore's now in the bonus. It's the 2nd personal on Cooper Imhoff. Davis back at the line with his 4 points. Misses the free throw, and Fennimore comes away with the board. Score remains 15-9, just over 5.5 minutes left, and under the basket, off the window and in for Cooper Imhoff. Cooper Imhoff deposits 2, 8-point lead for the Golden Eagles, 17-9, 5:24 remaining until the halftime break. Lane Copsey just off the River Ridge paw print logo at center court. Tosses over to the high right side to Aaron Bedward, who's now in the game, a 6-foot junior. Noah Copsey spinning away, turning around, jumper, banks it in for 2. What a shot by Noah Copsey. Noah Copsey with his first field goal of the game. Ends the River Ridge scoring drought, 17-11. Eagles on top of the Wolves. Ball in the left corner to Jake Krachman. Cutting towards the basket. Shot ricochets off the bottom of the backboard, and a whistle as contact was made with Noah Copsey, and they're going to say that Kreichman had his foot out of bounds, and it will be River Ridge basketball. Brock Bungie checks out of the game for River Ridge. Back in is number 1, Cam Reynolds. Game brought to you by TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Gingery and the gang a call at TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Brandon Davis gets the screen from Noah Copsey at the top of the arc, trying to get past Cash Roth, and another foul called against Fennimore. That'll be team foul number 8. Personal foul number 1 on Cash Roth. And another 1-on-1 coming up for River Ridge. Davis back at the line, made his first 2 attempts, but couldn't convert the 1-on-1 on the last free throw trip. 4:40 remaining in the half, still 17-11. And Davis knocks down the first free throw this time to earn himself another. Basketball tonight brought to you by Grant Regional Health Center's Ortho Dean, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Second free throw for Davis is knocked down. 17-13. Fennimore on top of River Ridge, just over 4.5 minutes left until the McNett Electric halftime report. Cooper Imhoff with the right-handed dribble has the ball poked away by Davis, but it goes out of bounds right in front of the River Ridge bench. Fennimore will keep the possession. Basketball also brought to you by Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware. Do it best. See Rob Krantz of the crew for full-service repair on cars and light trucks, too. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware. Do it best in Fennimore. Ball thrown into Drew Torgerson in the back corner. And a travel called against Fennimore as Jackson Scheckler didn't start his dribble cleanly. And it will be another turnover for Fennimore. 17-13, Golden Eagles on top of River Ridge. 4:20 remaining in half number 1. Brandon Davis switches from the right to the left hand in the lane. Triple teamed under the basket. Shot's no good. Scramble for the rebound. Collected by Jackson Scheckler. I beg your pardon, Jack Scheckler. Ball pushed ahead. Now a three-pointer in the right corner coming up off the back iron. No good. Shot missed by Torgerson. Put back shot no good either, but a foul against River Ridge. I believe this is against Aaron Bedward. That'd be his first personal, team foul number 4 of the half. And the first free throws of the season for Fennimore will go to Cooper Imhoff. And Imhoff misses the first free throw. Basketball brought to you by Carver's Hardwood Flooring. For hardwood flooring, stair installation, and refinishing needs, call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. Second free throw for Imhoff. Off the front of the rim, no good. River Ridge comes away with the rebound. Score stays at 17-13 with 3:55 left in half number 1. Brandon Davis calling out the signal as he crosses the center court right on top of the River Ridge paw print logo. Exchanges passes with Noah Copsey. Tried to skip it down low to Lane Copsey, cutting towards the basket, but zigged when he should have zagged. River Ridge turns the ball over for the 11th time. Brandon Davis showing some frustration on the River Ridge side. And the Golden Eagles take possession again, leading by 4 with under 4 minutes left. Ball swung over in the corner to Juke Kinney. Left-handed dribble to the right elbow. Backing down on his defender, looking for someone to pass to, and finds Jack Scheckler in the left wing. Now in the left corner, Cash Roth. Ball deflected and stolen away by Brandon Davis. Back the other way. Layup is good. 17-15, the new score, and I believe he's earned a freebie free throw at that. So are they saying a foul, or are they just saying the bucket's good? I thought it was goaltending, but the shot went in anyway. So it will stay a 2-point bucket. No foul called. Fennimore takes possession. Score stays at 17-15, 3:14 left. Ball pushed ahead to Jack Scheckler in the right corner. Now back out to the top. Swung over to the left side to Torgerson. Torgerson being harassed by Noah Copsey, and a foul called against Copsey, I believe. That'll be the first personal on Noah Copsey, team foul number 5 of the half. for River Ridge. 8 fouls on the half for Fennimore. Jack Scheckler out of the game. Back in is Rowan Kinney, number 10. Kinney exchanges passes with Cash Roth. Roth finds Torgerson in the left corner. Back out to the top to Kreichman. Over to Kinney. Kinney going baseline. Back out to the top. Catch and shoots 3 straight ahead off the front of the iron. No good. Rebound pulled down by Lane Copsey. Shot missed by Cash Roth. Brandon Davis back down the other side. Draws contact. No foul called. Layup no good. But the second chance is good. How did that one drop? Goodness gracious. And just like that, we are tied at 17. 2:28 remaining in half number 1. Rowan Kinney gives off to Torgerson on the right wing. Now kicks it out to Kinney in the left corner, and a reach-in foul called against Brandon Davis. Stops the clock with 2:17, 16 fouls on the half. So River Ridge with 1 foul to give in the final 2:17 in half number 1. We're tied at 17 apiece on our Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. 3-pointer coming up in the left corner. That one spit back out. Rebound pulled down by Lane Copsey. Ridge trying to take the lead. Now Davis in the lane. Reverse layup off. Ricochets off the side of the rim. No good. And a scramble for the basketball gets poked out of bounds. Last touch by River Ridge. And Fennimore will take possession. Game tonight brought to you by Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at Sloans.com. And by Bouse Electric, call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher at Bouse Electric, Lancaster, and Fennimore. Also by People's State Bank for personal, home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their area convenient locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC. Cash Roth with the yo-yo dribble across center court. Hands off to the high right side to Rowan Kinney. Down the right corner. Kinney under the basket. Kicks it out. Open 3 left corner. Back iron no. And scramble for the rebound pulled down by number 2, Brock Bungie. Shot missed by Torgerson in the left corner as Brandon Davis brings it back across the timeline for River Ridge. Under 90 seconds remaining until halftime. Tied at 17. Nowakowski with a cross-court pass to Brandon Davis. Davis deciding to dribble, being met by Drew Torgerson on the high right side. Gets a screen from Jackson White. Now a 3-pointer coming up for Lane Copsey. Knocks down the triple. Lane Copsey with 6 points, all of them from beyond the arc, and River Ridge back up by 3, 20-17, with over a minute left until halftime. Drew Torgerson in the left corner, now back out to the top to Kreichman. Now a 3-pointer coming up for Cash Roth. That one spit back out, and the rebound pulled down by Brandon Davis. River Ridge trying to close the half strong. Overhead pass down the floor and off the fingertips and out of bounds of Jackson White. Fennimore takes the possession. By my count, that's River Ridge's 12th turnover. Fennimore with 9. And a quick stoppage for Cash Roth to tie his shoe. Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control with over 40 years of professional, friendly service. River Ridge 20, Fennimore 17 as Brandon Davis trying to go in for his steal, but pokes it out of bounds. Goes out of bounds right in front of the River Ridge bench. Stops the clock with 37.1 seconds left. And the inbound pass is deflected in the backcourt, and the layup is missed by Brock Bungie, and Fennimore comes away with the rebound. Eagles back with it down on the other side of the floor. Imhoff with a nice move, but kicks it back out to the high left side to Torgerson. Pass down low. Rowan Kinney with a shot, but blocked from behind, and they're going to say a foul on River Ridge. Team foul number 7 of the half for River Ridge. It'll be the second personal on Brandon Davis. 19.8 seconds left until halftime. River Ridge back in front, 20-17. And free throws coming up for Rowan Kinney. And Kinney knocks in the first free throw. Rowan Kinney's first point of the season. Coming up at halftime, we'll have the McNutt Electric halftime report. We'll do a shoebox scoreboard update. See what we have across the area in boys and girls basketball tonight. Second free throw is no good, and River Ridge comes away with the rebound. 20-18, River Ridge on top, and they have possession of the basketball in the final 12 seconds. Wayne Copsey with it on the high right side. Back over to the right corner to Cam Reynolds. Copsey gets it right back. Scramble for the basketball. 3 seconds left. River Ridge putting up a shot. Shot counts, and the foul on the right side of the paint. Shot made by Brock Bungie with 0.2 seconds left until halftime. Team foul number 9 of the half, and the foul's against Rowan Kinney. Kind of a desperation shot, but somehow Bungie knocks it down and earns a free throw attempt. And it rattles in. 21-18. Oh, they're going to say it was a non-shooting foul, so it was a 1-and-1. He got the first free throw, and the second free throw is no good, and the clock winds down to 0, and at the half, 21-18. River Ridge leads Fennimore in non-conference boys basketball to open up the 2025-2026 high school boys basketball season. Coming up next, we have the McNutt Electric halftime report, shoebox scoreboard update. Preview what we have coming up this coming weekend with Packers football, Badgers football, and high school sports resuming a week from tonight. We'll tell you all about it next here on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 3.
Attention business owners. Are you tired of monthly fees eating into your profits? Look no further than People State Bank. People State Bank's business checking account has no monthly service charge. Yes, you heard that right. 0 monthly service charges. But that's not all. Enjoy free ATM and debit cards, free online and mobile banking, and free bill pay services. With People State Bank, managing your business finances has never been easier or more affordable. Stop wasting your hard-earned money on unnecessary fees. Switch to People State Bank today and take care of your business finances. People State Bank, member FDIC.
Hello, Mitch here from Kieler Family Dental. There's never been a better time to explore what's possible for you and your family at our 3 state-of-the-art facilities. From routine dental care to same-day crowns to clear aligners, veneers, and implants, we cover a wide spectrum of dental services. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
In Game 3.
Halftime at River Ridge High School. The Timberwolves lead the Fennimore Golden Eagles 21-18 on our Grant Regional Health Center and People State Bank coverage of high school boys basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Other halftime scores we can tell you about on the Shoebox Scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Barneveld leads Lancaster 25-10. That's over on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Earlier today in women's basketball, Ripon defeated UW-Platteville 69-54. And in boys basketball, this is the final. Albany defeats Madison Country Day 49-41. Also earlier today, Lancaster was playing Darlington in girls basketball. Saw that it was a 39-22 lead for Lancaster leading Darlington, but didn't see the final score of that one. See if we can track down that final score for you on the Shoebox Scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Coming up, we'll recap the first half stats from our game here at River Ridge High School. Again, 21-18, the Wolves lead the Golden Eagles at the half. The McNutt Electric halftime report continues after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 4.
Hi, this is Doug Dolter with Dubuque Mattress. Mattresses are not something that you should have to unbox and set up yourself. Frankly, they're cumbersome. That's why at Dubuque Mattress, we deliver, set up, and get rid of the old mattress for you. And it's not just for people in Dubuque. We deliver just about anywhere. Chicago, Des Moines, Minneapolis, Kansas City, or anywhere in between. So, when it's time for you to get a new mattress, let Dubuque Mattress take care of all of it for you. Dubuque Mattress, for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
Grant Regional Health Center invites you to a surgical specialties open house. Join us Monday, December 15th from 4 to 6 p.m. for a rare behind-the-scenes look at our advanced surgical technology. Meet our surgeons, anesthesia team, and surgical staff, see demonstrations, and tour our operating rooms. Take advantage of free blood pressure screenings, plus enjoy a complimentary light meal. Pre-register at grantregional.com or by calling 608-723-1379. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here.
In Game 4.
Back on the McNutt Electric halftime report on X1071 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel at the half. 21-18. River Ridge leads the Fennimore Golden Eagles in game number 1 of the 2025-2026 high school boys basketball season. Tyler Dictanis with you with the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth on X1071 WPVL FM Platteville and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by Lely Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Things got started fast and in a hurry as a flurry of scoring to begin, but we kind of had a lull in the scoring in the mid part of the first half as River Ridge jumped out to an early lead, and then Fennimore was in control for most of the rest of the second half before a big three-pointer by Lane Copsey gave River Ridge the lead for the second time, 20-17, and then a pair of free throws, one for each team, makes the score 21-18 at the half. Leading the way scoring-wise for River Ridge in that first half is Brandon Davis. He's in double figures with 10 points already. 6 points for Lane Copsey, all of his points coming from beyond the arc. 3 points for Brock Bungie. And a 2-point shot for Noah Copsey. Gives him points on his stat line through the first half. Also seeing action but not scoring, Reese Drew started but has not scored. Cam Reynolds saw action but did not score for the Wolves. Aaron Bedward did not score, and Jackson White seeing time in that first half but not scoring. River Ridge 5 of 10 from the free throw line in that first half, and they have 2 3-point buckets, both of them coming from the sophomore Lane Copsey. And for the Fennimore Golden Eagles, they're led in scoring by Jude Kinney, 9 points in that first half. Just shy of reaching double figures in one half of play. 4 points for Cash Roth, 2 points apiece for Cooper Imhoff and Jack Scheckler. Rowan Kinney is 1 of 2 from the free throw line so far tonight. Corey Drazen and Drew Torgerson started but have not scored. Same with Jake Kreichman. And that's all the scoring in the first half for the Fennimore Golden Eagles. Fennimore just 1 of 4 from the free throw line. And 1 3-point bucket in the first half. Fennimore committed 9 fouls in the first half. River Ridge had 7. And the turnover count unofficially, I have River Ridge down for 12 turnovers and Fennimore with 9. But again, that number very unofficial. Been a good one so far here from River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. 21-18, the halftime score. We'll wrap up the McNutt Electric halftime report after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 5.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. You'll find exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 50% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. In Game 5.
Second half just a few moments away from River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. 21-18, the Timberwolves leading the Golden Eagles on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school boys basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Coming up later on this week, on Thanksgiving Day, we have the Packers at the Lions on 97.7 Country WGLR. Pregame at 10 o'clock, kickoff at noon. On Saturday, we have Badgers football at Minnesota trying to take the Axe back at 2:30, again on 97.7 Country WGLR. And after the Thanksgiving holiday, we'll pick up the high school basketball action a week from tonight when Galena is at Cuba City. We'll have that on Super Hits 106 in the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Also have girls basketball Belmont at Shullsburg on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. No more updates on the Shoebox scoreboard here at the half at River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. Our halftime score here, 21-18. The Wolves leading the Golden Eagles. The second half coming up next. This has been the McNutt Electric Halftime Report brought to you by McNutt Electric in Belmont. Second half coming up next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 6.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
Are you looking for a new and exciting career? This is Jen Casper with Queen Bee Radio. We're currently hiring for people to join our radio and digital sales team. Queen Bee Radio is a fun and family-oriented work environment with unlimited growth opportunities. Life's too short to work where you're not having fun. Give me a call today at 608-349-2045, and I can tell you firsthand how my career in radio sales has been incredibly rewarding. Go to our social media pages or our websites and click on the career link for details on this radio and digital sales opportunity and to apply.
In Game 6.
High school boys basketball on X1071 brought to you by Mountain City Bank. Their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at MountainCityBank.com. And by McNutt Electric in Belmont. They can assist with all of your electrical needs, whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip and his crew at McNutt Electric are on call. I'm ready to help you. McNutt Electric in Belmont. Fennimore begins the second half with the basketball working from right to left, but it's immediately stolen away by River Ridge. And back the other way is Brandon Davis off the glass and in for two. Brandon Davis now with 12 points on the game, 5-point lead for the Wolves, 23-18, 20 seconds into the second half. Cash Roth driving towards the basket. Nice layup under the basket. Somehow, someway gets that one to go down. And Cash Roth now with 6 points on the game for Fennimore, 23-20. River Ridge leading Fennimore. Both teams exchanging baskets in the first minute of half number 2. Brandon Davis pulling up for a jumper just inside the free throw lane, and that one's banked in for two. Brandon Davis now up to 14. 5-point lead for River Ridge, 25-20. Just over 17 minutes left in regulation. Castro skips it over to the high left side to Corey Drazen. Ball over his head, now decides to dribble to the right wing. Passes back to the near side to Jude Kinney, leading the way and scoring in the first half with 9. Now a three-pointer coming up on the left wing. Back iron no for Torgerson, and a foul on the rebound. Or a whistle, I should say. No foul called, and it will be River Ridge basketball. River Ridge leads by 5, under 17 minutes left in this half. Davis switches to the right hand, spins in the lane, back out to the top. Now a right-handed dribble by Bungie. Hands off to Lane Copsey. Copsey to the right elbow, hands off to Reese Drew. Drew gets back to Lane Copsey, now to Brandon Davis on the high left side. All over his head, finds a teammate. Reese Drew lighting up for three in the left corner, knocks it down. Contested shot for Brock Bungie, knocks it down from the left corner, and River Ridge stretches the lead to 8, 28-20, biggest lead of the game for the Wolves. Kinney with a right-handed dribble, gives off to the top. Ball works its way over to the high right side to Cash Roth. Roth trying to spin off on Lane Copsey. Switches to the left hand, dribbles to the free throw lane. Now a catch and shoot three in the left wing, trying to bank it in. Was Corey Drazen off the back iron, no good. And Brandon Davis with the rebound for River Ridge. Euro steps in the lane, puts up a shot, but that Euro step is a bit illegal. We're going to say a travel on Brandon Davis. River Ridge turns the ball over, their 13th turnover of the contest. Community First Bank, free in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC. 28-20, River Ridge on top of Fennimore. Drazen driving towards the basket, trying to pass to a teammate. Ball deflected but recovered on the far side of the floor. Now skip pass down low, off the window and in for two for Jake Kreichman. Jake Kreichman deposits two and ends the River Ridge run, 28-22. Wolves on top of the Eagles, 15-20 remaining in half number two. Brandon Davis, inlet pass to Bungie, and he puts it off the glass and in for two. Brock Bungie with 5 quick points in the second half brings his point total up to 8, and it's an 8-point lead for River Ridge, 30-22, 15 minutes left. Corey Drazen gives to Jude Kinney. Kinney loses his footing, but teammates able to recover it. Kinney gets it right back on the high left side. Swings it over to the right wing to Torgerson. Gives back to Kinney off the left side of the point. Overhead pass to the left corner. And now driving in is Cash Roth, loses the handle. And Brandon Davis comes away with the steal. Davis skips it ahead. Layup is no good for Reese Drew, and the rebound pulled down by Drew Torgerson. Missed opportunity for River Ridge as Noah Copsey harassing him in the backcourt. And a whistle as Copsey came away with the steal and was immediately fouled as he went to the floor. They're going to say a push on Fennimore. And it's going to be a personal foul number 1 on Drew Torgerson. Cooper Imhoff in the game for Fennimore. Cash Roth checking out for a moment. Brandon Davis gets the inbound pass in to Lane Copsey. Davis gets it right back on the right wing. Being met by Imhoff. Overhead pass cross court to the far side of the floor. Now Noah Copsey with it. Underhand toss to Brother Lane. Back to the right wing to Brandon Davis. Davis pulling up for 3. Back iron no. And boxing it out is Corey Drazen for Fennimore. Drazen pushes down low to Imhoff. Imhoff trying to drive towards the basket, but a foul on the floor before the shot, and I believe this is against Brandon Davis. Has that down as Brandon Davis's 3rd personal. That's a big one. He'll stay in the game with 14 minutes left. And now Coach Dan Morris will pull Davis out and send Jackson White in. Score stays at 30-22. River Ridge in front. Fennimore in possession of the basketball. Drew Torgerson tosses to the right corner to Kreichman. Kreichman trying to spin off his defender. Finds Jude Kinney at the top. Driving in the lane. Takes on a triple team. Shot counts and the foul. Nice finish for Jude Kinney. Jude Kinney now in double figures with 11 and a freebie free throw coming up. It'll be the 2nd personal on Noah Copsey. Team foul number 2 of the half for River Ridge. And the free throw's knocked down. River Ridge 30, Fennimore 25, and a 30-second timeout taken by Dan Morris, and River Ridge will keep it here with 13:51 left. Or it's a 30-second timeout taken by Fennimore, I should say, with 13:51 left. Still 30-25. Fennimore trailing River Ridge. Game tonight brought to you by Century 21 affiliated in basketball. See Bobby Joe, Hans, Allison, or Richard for all of your real estate needs. Century 21 in basketball. Anytime Roofing. Visit AnytimeRoofingWI.com to see how Anytime Roofing can help with your next roofing or siding project. The Melby Freener Home and Crematory in Platteville offers a history of caring and understands that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and tradition. Matt and Laura Melby at the Melby Freener Home and Crematory of Platteville. And by West End Salvage of Lancaster, see Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. Coming out of the Fennimore timeout, River Ridge with a 30-25 lead. 13:51 left in the second half. Wolves trying to navigate some backcourt pressure applied by the Golden Eagles, and Reese Drew able to bring it across the timeline for River Ridge. Cross-court pass back to the far side of the floor. Now a three-pointer coming up in the left corner. Off the front of the rim, no good. Boxing it out is Cash Roth. And Roth will bring it back down the floor for Fennimore. Switches to the left hand. Tosses to the left corner to Kinney. Kinney driving towards the basket. Reverse layup. Side of the rim. No good. And Noah Copsey with the rebound for River Ridge. Copsey pushes ahead to Reese Drew. Reese Drew, stop and pop three. Knocks it down. Reese Drew with his first points of the season. A three-point bomb from the right wing. 33-25. River Ridge back in front by 8. And a travel called against Imhoff. Momentum swinging back to River Ridge's side. 33-25, 13-10 left. Lane Copsey will bring it across center court. Passes ahead, down low. Layup under the basket, no good. Too strong off the backboard for Reese Drew. And now the Eagles back the other way. Left-handed layup. That one spins off the rim. Offensive rebound, though, for Fennimore, and a whistle on the floor. Stops the clock with 12:53, and another push called against Noah Copsey. That's his third personal. That's a big one for River Ridge, too. 3 team fouls on the half for River Ridge. 1 against Fennimore. Ball in the right corner, driving towards the basket. Nice layup and finish for Cash Roth. Cash Roth now up to 8 points, 33-27, 12:40 left. Reese Drew trying to football pass forward, finds Jackson White under the basket. Quick pass out, and Lane Copsey loading up for 3. That one bounces off the back iron. Corey Drazen with the rebound for Fennimore. Cutting towards the basket, Kinney reverse layup off the glass and in for 2. 14 points for Jude Kinney, 33-29. Just over 12 minutes left. Now another three-pointer for River Ridge, and that one off target. That one missed by Reese Drew. Eagles back down the floor quickly. Cash Roth lost the handle momentarily, but skips it down low to Imhoff. Imhoff, duck under move, spins it off the window and in for 2. And timeout, River Ridge. All of a sudden, Fennimore back to within 2. It's 33-31. River Ridge leading Fennimore, 11:55 left in half number 2. Back after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 7.
Buying a mattress can seem overwhelming. How soft should you go, or how firm? How much support do you need? All great questions and all tough to figure out without the right guidance. Hi, I'm Jeremy Culbertson, and I've been building and selling mattresses with Dubuque Mattress for over 10 years, and with our guidance, we take all the stress out of mattress shopping. We guarantee you will love your Dubuque mattress, or we'll change it for you until you do.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
Did you hear? Santa's trading his sleigh for scuba gear.
Join the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium for Scuba Santa on December 6th and 7th. Watch Santa and his elf take a dive in the Gulf of Mexico Aquarium from noon to 1 p.m. This isn't your typical pictures with Santa. It's one you'll never forget. Come ready for photos and memories for the whole family, all included with general admission. For details, visit rivermuseum.org.
In Game 7.
River Ridge leads 33-31, but Fennimore's on a 6-0 run to cut the deficit down to 2. Just under 12 minutes left in the second half, and the ball poked out of bounds as Lane Copsey brings it across center court. Last touch by Fennimore, and River Ridge will keep possession as Reese Drew will throw in the inbound pass right in front of the River Ridge bench. Throws it into Cam Reynolds and trying to find Lane Copsey in the right corner, but a whistle. And don't believe it was a foul, just ball poked out of bounds, and a quick sub for Fennimore as Jack Scheckler checks out for the Golden Eagles. Inlet pass, kick back out by White, skip pass back to the near side to Reese Drew. Lobs it back to White at the top of the arc. Back to the near side, Reese Drew, pull up 3, off the side of the rim, no good. Lane Copsey with the offensive board on the left wing. Copsey lobs it to White on the right corner. Now Reese Drew loads up for 3, knocks it down, and the foul on Jude Kinney. Reese Drew hit the 3 through the contact, and he has a chance to convert a 4-point play at the free throw line. 36-31, the new score. And Reese Drew hits the freebie. 7 points for Reese Drew, all of them coming in the second half. 6-point lead for River Ridge. 37-31, 11:15 remaining. Three-pointer coming up in the left corner. That one spit back out. Shot missed by Corey Drazen. River Ridge with the rebound. Cam Reynolds brings it across center court for River Ridge. Left-handed dribble. Tosses over to the far side of the floor to Reese Drew. Gives back to Lane Copsey on the near side. Now right corner back to Cam Reynolds. Reynolds skips it into Jackson White. Double teamed on the right side of the paint. Nice cut towards the basket, but shot blocked from behind by Cash Roth. Fennimore back down the other way. Drazen with a shot, but he gets fouled on the way up, and Lane Copsey guilty of the foul for River Ridge. 10:49 remaining in the second half. Believe this is team foul number 5 of the half for the Wolves. Corey Drazen at the free throw line looking for his first points of the game. And knocks down the first. Game tonight brought to you by Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. Powering our audio stream, Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. Brandon Davis back in the game for River Ridge. That'll send Brock Bungie to the bench. The second free throw for Drazen also knocked down. Corey Drazen last year averaged 3.3 points and was 50% from the free throw line. He's 100% on this trip. Cuts the deficit down to 4. 37-33. River Ridge on top of Fennimore. Lane Copsey trying to skip it ahead, and Cooper Imhoff came away with the steal but had his foot out of bounds on the far sideline. So the ball will stay with River Ridge. Cam Reynolds checking out of the game for the Wolves. Back in is number 24, Blake Reynolds. Brandon Davis set to throw in the inbound pass. Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Herms's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. 10.5 minutes left. 37-33. River Ridge on top, and a steal by Fennimore. Back the other way as Cash Roth finishes with the left-handed layup. Cash Roth in double figures now with 10. 37-35. Back to a 2-point lead for River Ridge. Noah Copsey in the lane. Nice spin around move, and he gets the floater to drop. What a shot by Copsey. 4 points for Noah Copsey on the game. 39-35. 4-point lead for River Ridge. Just over 10 minutes remaining. Kinney gives out to Cash Roth. Roth going baseline. Foul on the floor. And believe this will be the third on Lane Copsey. So both Copseys now with 3 personal fouls. And I believe River Ridge just has 2 fouls to give in the final 10 minutes before bonus free throws coming up for Fennimore. Corey Drazen on the high right side, tosses back to the near side to Krachman. Krachman dribbles into the paint, back out to Drazen on the right wing. Spins his way in the lane, gets double teamed, back out to the top to Krachman. Now back to the left corner to Kinney. Kinney in the lane, stop and pop jumper inside the free throw line, back iron, no. Volleyball for the rebound, and Noah Copsey with the rebound for River Ridge. Copsey gives off to Lane Copsey on the left wing, back out to the top to Noah. Swings it over to Blake Reynolds on the left wing. Reynolds driving in the lane, and a foul on the floor before the shot. I believe this is against Cash Roth. Had that down as his second. Team foul number 3 of the half for Fennimore. 39-35, River Ridge on top of Fennimore with 9:25 remaining in the second half. Our game tonight brought to you by Claire Bank with the rate convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin, part of support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC. And an equal housing lender. Turnaround shot blocked by Blake Reynolds and recovered by Fennimore. Eagles quickly back down the floor. Cash Roth finding Scheckler down low, and Scheckler off the glass and in for 2. Jack Scheckler now with 4 points for Fennimore. Back to a 2-point lead for River Ridge. 39-37, just over 9 minutes remaining. Brandon Davis dribbling to the right side of the paint. Trying to back down on Cash Roth. Dribbles in the paint. Nice pass down low and off the window and in for 2. Jackson White with his first 2-point bucket. Off the assist by Brandon Davis. Scheckler with it for Fennimore. Quickly back down the floor. Exchanges passes with Kinney, and Scheckler finishes under the basket for 2. 41-39. River Ridge leading Fennimore. 8.5 minutes remaining. Inlet pass to Jackson White, thrown into the backcourt and stolen away by Kinney, and his layup's no good, but a foul against Noah Copsey. And that's personal foul number 4 on Noah Copsey with 8:27 remaining. Noah Copsey set to check out, and Reese Drew back in, and free throws coming up for Jude Kinney. 14 points for him on the game so far. I can tie things up at 41 at the free throw line. First free throw out the back iron, no good. Game brought to you by Russell Offices, your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington. Second free throw attempt for Kinney. That one rattles in. And a full timeout taken by Fennimore. 8:27 remaining in the second half. 41-40. River Ridge on top of Fennimore. High school boys basketball on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 8.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank. Member FDIC.
Village Heart dinner rolls are a must for the upcoming holiday. Getting together with family and friends is great, but to be honest, I really look forward to the big holiday meal. And whether we roast a turkey or ham, we always have plenty of Village Heart dinner rolls. They're great with the meal, but they also make the best little turkey and ham sandwiches the next day. Baked locally and delivered fresh daily, Village Heart dinner rolls are the natural choice for holiday meals.
In Game 8.
We got a good one on opening night of high school boys basketball season. 41-40. River Ridge leads Fennimore non-conference boys basketball on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. River Ridge in possession of the basketball coming out of the timeout, and a three-pointer coming up for Reese Drew. Tried to bake it in off the right side of the point. It's no good, and Fennimore with the rebound. Eagles trying to take the lead. In the lane is number 1 Drew Torgerson, but lost the handle. Ball poked out of bounds, and I believe they're going to say it was last touch by Reese Drew. So Fennimore will inbound baseline left side of the basket. Torgerson set to throw it in. Box formation for Fennimore on the inbound. As this one lobbed into Kinney, and he's double-teamed at the top of the arc. Kinney finds an open teammate. Three-pointer coming up in the left wing. Off the front of the rim, no good for Cash Roth. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will be River Ridge basketball. 7:56 remaining. River Ridge with a 1-point lead. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist, the pros at Brian's, gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint. In Lancaster, my Breckler Insurance Group. For all of your insurance needs, see Steve Landusky at Breckler Insurance in Fennimore. Breckler Insurance, serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. Brandon Davis brings it across the timeline for River Ridge. Finds Brock Bungie. Now back to Reese Drew on the left wing. Tries to fire pass down low to Jackson White. Keeps it alive for River Ridge. And now Brandon Davis will reset things at the top of the arc. Davis skips over to Bungie. Back out to the high right side to Jackson White. They'll swing it over to the far side of the floor. Now back to the near side to Bungie. Bungie driving in, trying to get past Kinney. He's double-teamed right side of the basket, looking for a teammate to pass to. Deflected by Imhoff, but Davis gets it right back for Ridge. Tries to fire a pass, cutting towards the backs for Jackson White, but it goes off his fingertips, and River Ridge commits the turnover. That is their 14th by my count. Clock is stopped with 7:17 remaining in the second half. 41-40, tight ball game here at River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. Game tonight brought to you by WCC Brands Custom Apparel and Kieler and at WCC-brands.com, and by Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at ColeAcresGolfandGrill.com. River Ridge applying pressure in the backcourt, but Drazen able to bring it across center court. Fires a pass to Imhoff, and Imhoff going to be called for a travel. Fennimore with turnover number 13 by my count. And Ridge takes possession with a 1-point lead, just over 7 minutes left. Basketball also brought to you by Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, and appliedmicro.biz. Davis trying to fire a pass down low, but off the fingertips of Bungie. And Fennimore back the other way. Losing the handle is Drazen, but a foul on the floor. And this might be personal foul number 4 on Davis, and it's team foul number 7. So Fennimore has bonus free throws the rest of the way. They're actually going to say the foul's on Jackson White. That's his third personal. But Corey Drazen at the free throw line hit his first 2. Switches the first free throw to tie it up at 41. 6:53 remaining. Lely Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Lely Center Monroe. Drazen for the lead. Got it. Fennimore back in front, 42-41. Eagles lead the Wolves, 6:50 left. Brandon Davis getting the call from head coach Dan Morris. Underhand toss to the right wing to Jackson White. White with the ball over his head, finds Reynolds, open three, straight ahead, off the front of the rim, no good. Jack Scheckler with the rebound for Fennimore, he'll skip it over to Kinney. Jude Kinney driving towards the basket, layup no good, put back no good either. Ball deflected and recovered by Imhoff, he'll find Scheckler. Now Kinney loading up for three in the left corner, that one drops! Fennimore back in front by 4, 45-41, 6:14 remaining. Brandon Davis losing the handle, but a reach-in. Going to be called against the Golden Eagles. It's either on Drazen or Imhoff. They're going to say it's on Drazen, and that's his fourth. 6:10 remaining, 45-41. Fennimore leading River Ridge. Wolves will inbound right in front of their bench. Davis gets the inbound pass in to Brock Bungie in the right corner. Jab step, now dribbles. Back to the near side to Noah Copsey. Fires a cross-court pass to the left wing. Noah Copsey playing with 4 fouls. Davis, left-handed dribble, switches to the right hand. Stops his dribble, gives out to the top to Reynolds. Now to Reese Drew on the left wing. Back to Davis, back to the near side. Pump fake for Copsey in the lane. Back out to the top. Catch and shoot jumper off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound for Reese Drew. Skips it back out to the top. Reynolds at the free throw line. Puts up a floater. That one drops. Cam Reynolds with his first points of the season. 45-43. Fennimore leads River Ridge. 2-point ball game. Under 5.5 minutes remaining. Kinney finds Imhoff. Now a ball at the top to Creechman. Finds Jack Scheckler in the left wing. Now back at the top. Stop and pop jumper for Roth. Back iron, no. Rebound pulled down by Bungie. And a whistle on the rebound. There's to say, Creechman was a little aggressive on the rebound. That's team foul number 6 of the half for Fennimore. Fennimore with 1 foul to give before bonus free throws come up for River Ridge. Fennimore leads by 2. 5 minutes left. Brandon Davis in the lane. Off the glass and in for 2. 16 points for Brandon Davis. We are tied at 45. 5 minutes left. Cash Roth finds Scheckler in the left corner. Ball swung over to the top. Now Imhoff driving towards the basket. Nice duck under move. Off the glass and in for 2. Cooper Imhoff with 6 points. 2-point lead for Fennimore. 4:35 and counting. Brandon Davis directing traffic at the top of the arc. Swings it over to Reese Drew on the left wing. Takes a couple dribbles, hands off to Noah Copsey between the rings, back to the far side to Reese Drew. Davis calling for the ball. But a pass fired down low to Bungie. Bungie back out to Cam Reynolds in the left corner. Now Reese Drew trying to reset things offensively. He'll hand off to Brandon Davis. 4:05 remaining. 2-point lead for Fennimore. Now in the corner. Catch and shoot. 3 in the corner. That one toilet bowls out. And Jude Kinney with the rebound for Fennimore. Eagles try to add to their lead. Make it a 2-possession game. Driving towards the basket is Cash Roth and gets fouled on the way up. Clock is stopped at 3:53. Team foul number 8 of the half. And they're going to say it's a foul on Reese Drew. That's his first. Team foul number 8. At the line is Cash Roth. His first free throws and misses the first. Cash Roth with 10 points on the game. Jack Scheckler checks out. Corey Drazen back in with 4 fouls for Fennimore. Second free throw knocked down. Cash Roth 1 of 2 at the line. Gives him 11. 3-point lead for Fennimore. 48-45. 3:45 left in the game. Brandon Davis finds Lane Copsey on the right wing. Drives in. He's double teamed right side of the paint. Tosses to brother Noah. Noah driving towards the basket. Trying to look for Bungie, but the pass is intercepted. And Fennimore back down the other way with numbers. And Kinney trying to draw contact. Layup is good. Makes it a 5-point lead for Fennimore, and a timeout taken by River Ridge. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here with 3:24 left in the game. 50-45. Fennimore on top of River Ridge. Our game tonight brought to you by Southwest Health with over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists. You can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. And by Woodlaw Office, serving you in Fennimore and Boscobel for all your legal matters. Woodlaw Office in Fennimore and Boscobel. The Larson Family Funeral Home and the Soman Larson Funeral Home of Montfort. Mount City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com. And by McNett Electric in Belmont, they can assist with all of your electrical needs, whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call. I'm ready to help you. McNett Electric in Belmont. 3:24 remaining in the second half. Fennimore 50, River Ridge 45. Opening night of boys basketball in the state of Wisconsin. We got a good one and a fun finish set in store here in Patch Grove. River Ridge with the basketball coming out of the timeout. Ball at the top to Brock Bungie. Dribbles to the right wing. Now to the right side of the paint. Stops his dribble. Hands off to Brandon Davis on the right wing. Davis with a left-handed dribble. Lost the handle and it's stolen away by Cash Roth. Back the other way and the finger roll is good. A steal and score for Cash Roth. 7-point game in favor of Fennimore. Noah Copsey with a fake. Now hands off to Reese Drew. Three. Knocks it down. Reese Drew with his third three-pointer of the game. He's got 10 points in total. 4-point lead for Fennimore. 52-48. As a loose ball on the floor stolen away. And Fennimore steals it right back. Imhoff under the basket. Pump fakes and gets fouled from behind. And Noah Copsey has fouled out of the game. Noah Copsey guilty of his fifth. And Copsey will finish the game with 4 points. So Cam Reynolds will check in for him. Team foul number 9 of the half. As Imhoff at the line with a 4-point lead. And the first free throw out the back iron, no good. Game brought to you by Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team. Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PACE, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Second free throw, no good for Imhoff. Score stays at 52-48. Brandon Davis taking his time, bringing it across center court for River Ridge. 2:20 to go. 4-point lead for Fennimore. Brandon Davis with a left-handed dribble to the left wing. Euro steps in the lane. Ball swatted out of bounds by Corey Drazen. Goes into the second row on the River Ridge sideline. River Ridge gets the inbound pass in. Brandon Davis gets the pass right back, and another steal for Fennimore. Ball lobbed ahead, and Lane Copsey fouls Jude Kinney. Kind of a high-arcing pass, and Lane Copsey cut out of position, but free throws coming up for Jude Kinney. Double bonus time, so 2 free throws the rest of the way for Fennimore. Golden opportunity for the Eagles to put the Wolves away at the line. Kinney with the first free throw, no good. Jude Kinney with 20 points on the game. Second free throw out the back iron, no good. And Fennimore comes away with the offensive rebound. 2 minutes remaining, 4-point lead for Fennimore. Driving towards the basket is Cash Roth. Ball swatted out of his hand, but still kept alive by Fennimore. Inhofe down low, fouled hard under the basket, and he'll go to the line for 2. As the fouls really starting to add up for River Ridge. Noah Copsey's fouled out of the game. Cooper Imhoff at the free throw line, the first foul against Brock Bungie. First free throw swished. Cooper Imhoff now 1 of 5 at the free throw line. Gives him 7 points in total. Second free throw knocked out. Fennimore leads 54-48, a minute 50 left. Brandon Davis skips it over to Lane Copsey on the right wing. Copsey with a jab step. Takes one dribble, hands off to Bungie. Bungie cutting towards the basket. That one swatted by Jude Kinney. And Fennimore back down the other way. Imhoff hands off to the right corner. Skip pass ahead, but Fennimore wants a timeout with 90 seconds left. 6-point lead for the Golden Eagles, a 2-possession game. It is a... It's a full timeout. We'll take one, too. Back after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 9.
Here at Extreme 1071, we love giving you things. A great mix of music, entertainment, and of course, free stuff. If you participate in any of our giveaways and contests, remember...
You're going to talk and talk fast.
Contests are generally open to U.S. residents 18 years or older and reside within our terrestrial listening area. Other age restrictions may apply. You can only win once per 30 days or once per promotion or contest. Employees, agents, and affiliates of the station. Queen Bee Radio Inc., Morgan Murphy Media. Contest sponsors, other radio, television, and print advertising companies are ineligible to win. Other restrictions apply. No purchase necessary. All entries completed or blank. Any and all materials pertaining to a contest are the property of Queen Bee Radio. Prize winners have 30 days to pick up their prize at the Queen Bee Radio offices. 51 News Drive in Platteville, Wisconsin, 53818. Bring your ID. A signature may be required. Unclaimed prizes will be disposed of at the discretion of Queen Bee Radio. All decisions are final. Winners are responsible for all taxes, fees, usage charges, tariffs, or other fees associated with their prize. Queen Bee Radio makes no guarantee of any awarded prizes and is released from all liability. A full list of our general contest rules can be found online at x1071.com or at the Queen Bee Radio offices.
In game 9.
.90 seconds remaining in Patch Grove. Fennimore leading 54-48. Golden Eagles in possession of the basketball as the ball poked away momentarily and stolen away by Lane Copsey, and a layup off the glass and in for 2. Lane Copsey now with 8 points. 4-point lead for Fennimore, a minute 12 left. And another near steal, but a reach-in going to be called against Lane Copsey. And no, they're going to say this is on Brandon Davis. That's his 4th. So Davis has 4. Lane Copsey has 4. Noah Copsey's fouled out with 5. A minute 7 left in the game. 4-point lead for Fennimore. And big free throws coming up for Jake Kreichman. His first free throws of the season. And the first free throw is no good. Southwest Health has over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists. You can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Or more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Second free throw, no good for Kreichman. River Ridge with the rebound. Quick outlet pass to Cam Reynolds across center court. Underhand toss to Brandon Davis. It's poked away in the backcourt. River Ridge the last to touch it. And it's Fennimore basketball. 59.6 seconds left. 54-50. Fennimore on top. Corey Drazen set to throw in the inbound pass for the Golden Eagles. Throws it into the backcourt to Imhoff. Being guarded by Lane Copsey. Double teamed, ball deflected and recovered. Nice pass down low, and Kinney off the glass and in for 2. Jude Kinney having a game. 6-point lead for Fennimore. 42 seconds left. Davis at the top of the arc. Kicks it over to the left corner. Catch and shoot 3 for Cam Reynolds. Knocks down the 3. Cam Reynolds with 5 points. A big 3-pointer makes it a 1-possession game. And they're saying it's a 2. Say his foot was inside the arc, and that's a big, big call to make it a 4-point game. So instead of a 1-possession game, it's a 4-point lead for Fennimore. 27.6 seconds left. Cooper Imhoff set to throw in the pass. River Ridge applying pressure in the backcourt. Imhoff gets it into Kinney. Clock continues to wind. 22 seconds left. Kinney fires a pass ahead. Ball deflected by Davis. Able to keep it alive. He gives back to Reynolds. 15 seconds left. In the lane, back out, catch and shoot 3, left corner for Copsey. Front of the rim, no good. Scramble for the rebound, 7 seconds left. And a hell ball called. And I believe they're actually going to say a foul on Kinney. Jude Kinney is guilty of the foul. 5.3 seconds left. And a 1-and-1 coming up for Reese Drew, and Fennimore is going to take a full timeout with 5.3 seconds left. We're going to keep it here for the remainder of the game. Our game tonight is sponsored by Lely Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist Jordan Wilson at Lely Center Monroe. And by Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com, member FDIC. After the game, we'll have the Reeves Wealth Management and Edward Jones post-game show. We'll pick out the Hertz's Ace Hardware MVP, our Tri-Core Turning Point, and the West End Salvage Scrapper of the game. But 5.3 seconds left, 56-52. Fennimore leads River Ridge. River Ridge at the foul line. A 1-and-1 coming up for Reese Drew. Has 10 points on the game. 3 3-pointers. He converted a 4-point play earlier in the game. And this is a massive free throw for Reese Drew. Trying to make it a one-possession game with 5.3 seconds left. Drew loads up. It's off the front of the rim, no good. Brandon Davis tries to put it back. Bounces off the side iron, no good. Rebound goes out of bounds with 1 second left. And a timeout by River Ridge. River Ridge wants a full timeout with 1 second left, trying to draw a play to get up one shot and try and draw a contact. You could hear the Fennimore fans say, don't foul, just let them shoot, because regardless of what happens, Fennimore can eke out the win. So just don't draw contact if you're Fennimore. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school boys basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by Lely Center Monroe, and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Tyler Dictanis with you with the best seat in the house in the Ears Furniture broadcast booth. What a fun one we've had here tonight at River Ridge High School in Apache Grove. Still 1 second left. A 4-point game. River Ridge does have possession of the basketball. And Coach Dan Morris trying to draw something up to try and get a 3-point shot while getting fouled to try and get a 4-point play. As we said earlier, Reese Drew had a 4-point play earlier in the game. That's much easier said than done. As play resumes. Pass goes in, catch and shoot 3, back iron no for Reese Drew, it's no good. And the Fennimore Golden Eagles defeat the River Ridge Timberwolves 56-52. Fennimore begins the season with a record of 1-0, and they will take on Prairie du Chien a week from tonight. And then after that, they have a game on December 4th against Wazeeka-Steuben and open up conference play at home on December 12th against Riverdale. River Ridge begins the season 0-1. They travel to North Crawford on December 2nd, a rematch of that regional semifinal from last season. Then the Wolves will host Barneveld to open up conference play on December 4th and then travel to Schulzburg on December 9th. Coming up next, the Reeves Wealth Management and Edward Jones post-game show. Our Hertz's Ace Hardware MVP, Tri-Core Turning Point, and West End Salvage Scrapper of the game. That's all straight ahead right here on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 10.
I'm here today with Nick Heston from Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. Nick, it seems like hybrids are dominating the roads, but there aren't many charging locations in Dubuque.
Agreed. Luckily, Toyota hybrids don't require plug-in charging. The Toyota hybrid system is built to charge while the vehicle is being driven, so there is no need for plug-in charging.
That's awesome. But what about the battery life? Should people be worried about its longevity?
Not at all. Toyota has sold over 5 million hybrids in the last 25 years. Plus, their battery warranty covers you for 10 years or 150,000 miles.
How does regular maintenance on a hybrid compare to a gas model?
Toyota hybrid vehicles require the same maintenance as gas-powered models and oftentimes even less. For example, the hybrid model's regenerative braking charges the battery while slowing down the vehicle, increasing the life of the vehicle's brake pads.
Wow, it seems like there's a lot of benefits in choosing a hybrid Toyota. Visit Anderson Weber in Dubuque to learn more and take a test drive today.
In game 10.
Fennimore wins a fun one over River Ridge tonight, 56-52 to open up the 2025-2026 boys basketball season. Kevin Everson, the new head coach of the Fennimore Golden Eagles, begins his latest stint as a basketball coach. 1-0, and River Ridge drops to 1-1 to begin the campaign. Coming up next, the Reeves Management at Edward Jones postgame show. Pick out the Hertz's Ace Hardware MVP, the Tricor Turning Point to the West End Salvage Scrapper of the Game, all straight ahead on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Postgame 3 minutes.
The Gifted Hands Thrift Store in Galena offers low-cost clothing and household goods to the public. Shop local and support individuals with disabilities served by the Galena Workshop. The thrift store provides paying jobs to many individuals and is a stepping stone for some to get a job in the community. Donated items are accepted at the workshop on Southwest Street in Galena, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m., except holidays. Gifted Hands Thrift Store at the Galena Workshop is open Tuesday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays 9 till 1.
RPG came through the belly of the aircraft. We don't talk about the female combat wounded. These are our daughters and our sisters and our mothers. Wounded Warrior Project came into my life and taught me how to stand back up and get back in the fight. The truth is, I think we all have this strength inside of us, but until you're tested, you just don't know it's there.
See how Wounded Warrior Project empowers women veterans like Beth by visiting woundedwarriorproject.org/empowerwomenvets.
Diane from Michigan, a disabled senior citizen trying to get by. Henry from Florida, a veteran fighting to make ends meet. Elena from Arizona, a mother struggling to feed her daughter. Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Diane, Henry, and Elena. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
I think it's just vapor.
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as one pack of cigarettes.
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
5.4 million American kids vape, and most think it's harmless. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. That's talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
I left the military with a traumatic brain injury. I came home to fight depression, anxiety, and alcohol.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Adam Greathouse, Army veteran.
DAV helps veterans get the benefits they've earned.
With DAV's help, I've built a new life for myself.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
My victory is just experiencing life.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Your high school postgame show is brought to you by Elena and Ben Reeves at Edward Jones, a financial service firm serving individuals and business owners.
Is your money working as hard as it should be? This is Elena Reeves with Edward Jones.
If you want to provide for your children's education, reduce your tax bill, or prepare for a comfortable retirement, we need to talk. Today, more than ever, your financial security deserves the attention of full-time financial advisors. Take advantage of our years of experience. Contact financial advisors Elena or Ben Reeves at 608-348-2441 or stop by our office on Highways 80 and 81 in Platteville next to Sups Nutrition. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Time now for the Reeves Wealth Management and Edward Jones postgame show on X1071 of the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Fennimore begins the campaign 1-0 with a 56-52 win over the River Ridge Timberwolves. We're joined by Victoria's head coach Kevin Everson. Coach, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on win number 1 of stint number 2 as a Fennimore head coach. Talk about this victory. This was a hard-fought game between both teams, very back and forth, not a lot of wiggle room for error, but really, it really kind of felt like the game was decided in the final 8 minutes or so when the turnovers really started stacking up and Fennimore getting some easy baskets and getting some key free throws down the home stretch.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we knew the Davis kid hurt his collarbone in football, but we anticipated him playing. And we really wanted to get into pressure every time we went out because we just didn't know how good a endurance he would have. So we wanted to get pressure earlier, but we were in so much foul trouble in the first half that we had to just kind of bite the bullet and weather the storm. And then, again, finally when we talk about, our offense, we're still learning. We didn't get the high-low look at all tonight, which we knew we'd have a size advantage. So we know our pressure and our defense has to help our offense right now as we get up to speed. And then in the second half, we were finally able to get into that press and mix up our defenses a little bit, which, again, they took some quick shots. They were still good shots, but they took them quick, and then we were able to get out and run and get some easy ones.
Yeah, but this is a big opportunity for some inexperienced players to see some time. What did you learn about your team here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it was just gritty all the way around. Cooper gave us huge minutes off the bench. Mm-hmm. He was thinking about not even coming out. He didn't do much summer stuff. Came out, has been phenomenal on defense. Again, we didn't shoot the ball like we would hope tonight, but again, just gritty effort off the bench. And then Jude finally, we talked to Jude at halftime about getting downhill, and we were just settling for jumpers. Finally, Jude, kind of put us on our back there in that stretch where we were able to get out, and he got downhill and finished at the rim.
Yeah, I was going to nominate Jude Kinney as our player of the game, brought to you by Hertz's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Hertz's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. He finished with 22 points. And talk about the leadership that he brings because, as you said during pregame, he's one of the key returners for the team. Brady Roth obviously not going to play with the torn ACL, so a lot of the leadership kind of fell on his shoulders and really did some big things in the second half.
Yeah, I can't say enough good things about Jude right now. How he's performed in practice, always asking the right questions. And again, we challenged him at halftime to get downhill, stop settling. And then, we were able to get out there and, Jude got downhill and, can't speak enough highly words about how he played there.
All right, and then the final question, game number 1 under your belt and, a great game, some great things to put on tape for your team. What are the things you're going to be emphasizing with your team heading into the Thanksgiving break and then ultimately a game a week from tonight against Prairie du Chien?
Yeah, I mean, we had a scrimmage. We hosted a scrimmage in Fennimore on Friday night, and, you never know how good a shape your team is in. You never know how they're going to respond to adversity. We're up 17-11. It feels like we should have been up more. And then you blink and we're down 21-18 at halftime because we just went ice cold and we're turning the ball all over the place. So, just all the little things you always preach daily. I anticipated with some inexperience we were probably going to try to do a little too much early, which was the case. But, again, we settled in and made winning plays down the stretch.
It was a great game, a fun one to watch and a fun one to call. Congrats on the win, Coach. Go enjoy this one, and we'll see you guys down the line.
Thank you.
All right, that's Kevin Everson, the head coach of the Fennimore Golden Eagles, kind enough to join us on our Reeves Wealth Management and Edward Jones postgame show. Fennimore, your winner over River Ridge, 56-52 in a tight ball game here at River Ridge High School in Apache Grove. Looking at the scoring recap, Jude Kinney finished the game with 22 points and 13 points for Cash Roth. I'm going to submit him as our West End Salvage Scrapper of the game, presented by West End Salvage of Lancaster. It's the player whose hustle and scrappiness stood out and trying to lay the opponent to waste, presented by West End Salvage of Lancaster. He was really getting in the thick of things, trying to cut towards the basket and make some tough shots. So he's our scrapper of the game. And as we mentioned, Jude Kinney, our Herm's Ace Hardware MVP for the Golden Eagles here tonight. Other players scoring tonight. Cooper Imhoff, coach just mentioned him. 8 points for him off the bench. 2 in the first half, 6 in the second half, and had some big free throws down the stretch to give Fennimore that 4-point lead and the 4-point victory tonight. 4 points apiece for Jack Scheckler and Corey Drazen. Rowan Kinney was 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Drew Torgerson started but did not score for the Golden Eagles. And that's all the players who saw action tonight for Fennimore. The Tricor Turning Point, brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. It wasn't necessarily one specific moment, as it was 41-40. River Ridge was leading with about 8:27 remaining, but what really decided the game was the foul shooting by Fennimore down the home stretch. In the second half, Fennimore was 9 of 16 from the free throw line and 10 of 20 overall from the charity stripe tonight. Fennimore had 2 3-point field goals on the game only, so the free throws loomed big for the Golden Eagles tonight. And you look at the other side for River Ridge, they were led in scoring tonight by Brandon Davis with 16 points, nearly matching his average from a year ago. 10 points for Reese Drew, including 3 3-pointers. 8 points apiece for Brock Bungie and Lane Copsey, so a very balanced attack by River Ridge by all accounts here tonight. 4 points apiece for Cam Reynolds and Noah Copsey, who fouled out of the game. 2 points for Jackson White. And Aaron Bedward saw action but did not score for River Ridge here tonight. At the foul line, River Ridge, by my count, was 6 of 11 from the free throw line. And they had 6 3-point makes. River Ridge in the turnover department was in the neighborhood of 20 turnovers, and Fennimore in the neighborhood of 15, so somewhat evenly matched there. But when it's a 4-point margin of victory, those mistakes can add up. And in the case tonight, Fennimore made a few less mistakes and able to grind out a 56-52 win over the River Ridge Timberwolves here tonight. We'll take our final timeout. Do a quick check on the Shoebox scoreboard, preview what we have coming up across our Queen Bee Radio sports coverage for the remainder of the week and the early part of next week with the Thanksgiving holiday coming up in a couple days. We'll close up the Results Management and Edward Jones postgame show after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Postgame, 2 minutes.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Maybe you're not sure how you'll make rent, or you lost your job. When you don't know where to turn, let 211 be your guiding light. Our guides are ready to connect you with the help you need.
211, how can I help you?
Call or visit 211.org. 211. Get connected. Get help. A message from United Way and the Ad Council.
My son Finn was born with congenital heart disease and spent the first 8 months of his life in the hospital. Starlight Children's Foundation has played an important role in our lives. For 5 weeks as a baby, Finn lived in a Starlight Hero wagon instead of having to sleep in a hospital bed. Starlight provides moments of joy for families like mine at a time where there's very little to be found. Learn more about how Starlight brightens the lives of sick kids by visiting starlight.org today.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone? Taking pictures?
No, I'm asking it questions.
Like what?
Hey, Bobo, do flowers have best friends?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that. Hey, follow me. I want to show you something. Look, flowers do have best friends.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
So, what's the asking price on this house?
You'd probably be more comfortable living somewhere else.
How long is the lease?
Sure, you can afford to live here, but...
How about the schools?
We have twins.
This neighborhood probably wouldn't be right for your kids.
If a real estate or rental agent says anything like this, you are being discriminated against, and it is illegal. If you experience housing discrimination, go to HUD.gov/fair housing and report it. Fair housing. The law is on your side. A message from HUD in partnership with the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Postgame, 2 minutes.
Time to wrap up the Reese Wealth Management and Upper Jones postgame show on X1071 of the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Fennimore, your winner over River Ridge in non-conference boys basketball tonight, 56-52. Quick check on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. In girls basketball, Mineral Point defeats Dodgeville 59-34. That was over on on Super Hits 106 in the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. At the half at UW Platteville, Augustana leading the Pioneers 37-34. That's in men's basketball. And still in the second half, Lancaster leading Barneveld 54-50. The Flying Arrows had turned things around in the second half. That's over 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Other finals we can tell you about. Lancaster defeated Darlington 54-38 in girls basketball earlier today. Albany a winner over Madison Country Day, 49-41 in boys basketball. And UW Platteville women's basketball, Ripon defeated UW Platteville 69-54. We'll have the full wrap-up of our sports coverage tomorrow morning during News and Sports on 97.7 Country WGLR tomorrow morning. Looking ahead on our Queen Bee Radio Sports schedule, on Thursday we have Packers football on Thanksgiving, taking on the Detroit Lions, 10 o'clock pregame, noon kickoff on 97.7 Country WGLR. And then on Saturday, Badger football in action at Minnesota, 2:30 kickoff on WGLR as the Badgers try to bring back the Axe to the Wisconsin side of the border. And then we'll pick up the high school sports action on Tuesday night when Galena takes on Cuba City on Super Hits 106 in the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And Belmont is at Schellsburg in girls basketball on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Check out the full Queen Bee Radio Sports schedule at AM1590WPVL.com. And that'll put a bow on our broadcast here tonight. Thanks to Wade Winkers and the entire staff here at River Ridge High School for being gracious hosts as always. Thanks to both head coaches Kevin Everson and Dan Morris for the pregame interviews, and to Coach Everson for joining us on our postgame show. Thanks to all of our sponsors who help us bring high school sports to you, and thank you for listening and watching along. This has been Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school boys basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Stainless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 WPVL FM Platteville and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by Laley Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Once again, your final score, Fennimore defeats River Ridge 56-52 in non-conference boys basketball tonight. Fennimore starts the season 1-0 and take on Prairie du Chien a week from tonight. River Ridge drops to 0-1 and they take on the number 1 ranked North Crawford Trojans a week from this evening. From the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, my name is Tyler DeTanis. Thank you so much for joining us. Good night from River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next week for more girls and boys basketball action. Good night from Patch Grove.
This has been a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation.
X1071 is
WPVL-FM, Platteville, Galena, and Dubuque's source for extreme hit music.
online at x1071.com.
Playing the hits.
Extreme hit, X107.